What's up, everybody? Welcome to the One Ad Away podcast. My name is Nick Priola, and I am going to be your host today. This is episode 3, and this episode is how to print money with a winning ad, aka how to write the perfect ad. What I'm going to do is talk about a couple things. Thing number 1 is the limiting beliefs that I had when it came to ads. And then I'm going to give you the step-by-step framework to print money with an ad. And here's the thing. I can say that because one ad is the reason why I did take my online fitness coaching business from $60,000 to $80,000 in a year to $450,000 in 2024. I have proof of concept. I have the screenshots. I have the Stripe account. I have the ad that's currently running, and I have the account that's still signing clients, booking calls. It's still all going on as we speak. And so this stuff works. And I'm going to give that to you in this podcast. Okay. So, here's my question. What if I told you that one ad could change the trajectory of your business if done right? I want you to focus in on that. If it is done right. There is some specificity when it comes to writing an ad. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit of my limiting beliefs and kind of how this got discovered, right? So I want you to know that you don't need to be a skilled copywriter, a tech expert, and you also don't need to spend thousands of dollars on ads, okay? You can actually spend $0 on your ad and make a lot of profit from it, okay? And I'll explain to you how to do that. I don't know if it's going to be in this episode, but the main two things I'm going to cover are ad script and then setting up your ad account, which is going to be insanely easy, so it's going to take 30 seconds. So in my mentorship, right, my mastermind with Jeremy Pogue, I was on one of our mastermind calls, and this is when we were talking about ads, okay? And one of the first things I asked is I needed somebody to like lie and tell me that my fears were bullshit, my limiting beliefs, my fears around ads. Drinking the Kool-Aid of organic marketing, being told that ads was a waste of money, a waste of time, my business wasn't big enough to run ads. It was hard to put myself in a position to be like, hey, I can run an ad and make it work. So I went into my mastermind call and I asked these questions, right? How, first off, I'm not a skilled copywriter. I didn't go to school for this. How do I do this? And then also like setting up the ad account was something foreign to me. I tried to do it on my own and I had no idea what to do. So, I just went in and I was like, listen, I don't have these skills. How in the world do you expect me to do this, right? And so my fear was, am I burning money? Also because I'm a service-based industry. You know, I used to think that ads was only for a specific product, a specific niche. Like, hey, if you want to get $3 out for the $1 that you put in to sell a hat, right? That's a little bit different than a service-based industry, okay? And so I asked that, all these things that I was fearful of and told that was wrong and why we shouldn't do it is I had to feel better about it, right? And so I got a little virtual slap in the face from Jeremy and everybody in the mastermind. And here's the question that he asked me that made complete sense. And he said, how do you think that you found me? How do you think that you just handed me a nice stack of money when you had no idea who I was and you did not see me organically? And so at that moment, I had this epiphany, and the call ran out of time. And so it felt like I just had this explosion of understanding. And I was like, okay, it makes sense. I just, I just gave this guy, well, at this point I'm in a mastermind. So $20,000 I've paid. And I didn't have $20,000, by the way. This was all just every last ounce of credit that I had. I took a chance because, our initial call was so well, or it went so well, and I felt right about it. And I saw how he helped other people. And so I looked at it as an investment. Okay. So at this point, $20,000 invested. And this is why, because he asked questions like that. How do you think you found me? How do you think I just made $20,000 off of you? Right. And I love honesty. I love transparency. And that's going to be how you connect with me the best. I don't know how anybody else works, but that's what works best with me. And so that kind of slapped me in the face. And so what happened was I got impulsive and I was so excited, and my launch call with Jeremy, in order for us to script our ad, it didn't happen yet, but I was so impatient. And so I went and I wrote an ad that I thought would work, and I tried to convert it into a sale. I tried to sell them take them from my ad to my website to sell my coaching program. And it didn't work. And I just remember being like, oh shit, I just wasted $20,000. And so, long story short, fast forward, right? Every call, we had our launch call, and every call that I attended from there on out, I continued to ask questions, and make sure that I did everything I could to put myself in a position to succeed. I wasn't going to just sit by and passively go through this program and not put my best foot forward. If I'm going to invest $20K, I'm going to give it all I got. I'm going to show up to every single call. Okay. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to reach out, and make sure that I'm doing everything that I can to succeed. Okay. I was active in the community, talking to the other coaches who were in there running their ads. I was asking them what they did in their business. And it was just this collaboration of community. And it really actually made me feel like this movement of, hey, you're doing this too. We're all here, and we're just all striving to make a lot of money. And I see that your life has changed because of one ad, and your life changed. And everyone here's talking about $30,000, $40,000. And when I was in my previous mentorship, it was hey, I just had $6,000 in a month and $10,000 in a month. And it was really exciting. And so it was cool. Your network is your net worth. It's cliche for a reason. And so it just felt really good to be in this. I felt like a business. I felt like I belonged. Well, at first I had a little bit of imposter syndrome. And then once, I'll get into my story, but once fast forward that first month of $30,000, I felt like I belonged. I was like, everybody was giving me my claps because, dude, it was a big feat. First month, $30,000, one ad, one setter, and, life changed, right? So my ad spend on my very first ad was $50 a day. And so I believe that was about $1,400 total for the month. And so 30 divided by 14 is, or divided by 1.4 is a pretty good return on ad spend. So yeah, it was up there. So I'm going to get back into it. So they broke it down in the mastermind in such a simple way for me. Okay. So on our mastermind, in our call, I asked questions, and we got to what I really came to learn. And now this, at first, this was all I was excited to learn about. And then, as the weeks progressed, I learned this whole new world of business. I was like, oh my goodness. But we're going to focus on this right now. Okay. So let's talk about the framework of a winning ad that's going to print you money. Okay. So first things first, in your winning ad, this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 step framework for your script. Okay. So I'm going to give you the parts of it, and then I'm going to give you an example. Okay. So number 1 is going to be to call out your avatar. Now, I'm going to assume that your avatar might need a little bit of work. And if it doesn't, cool. But mine did, and improving that changed a lot in the big picture of things, okay? But we'll talk about that in a different podcast. So number 1, call out your avatar. For example, if you're a business owner who's leveling up in their career and also wants to be the best looking person in the room, but you're tired of hitting the gym 3 to 5 times a week and eating clean just to continue to look the same, this is for you. Okay, so you're calling out your avatar and you're also kind of qualifying them, but I think number one is going to be calling out your avatar. Okay, number two is going to be qualifiers in pain. Okay, so your career's taking off. So calling out your avatar, the qualifiers in pain, those two are going to continue to like kind of be touched on in this first two parts. Okay, so thing number one, call out your avatar. Thing number two, qualifiers in pain. Okay, so an example would be your career's taking off. You've made fitness a lifestyle and you know about tracking macros, but you're still not getting the body that you deserve. You still don't have the physique that you deserve. In other words, despite your dedication and hard work, you don't like your body, right? So we're going to talk to their pain a little bit and qualify them. And the reason why we do this, guys, is because we want our ideal clients coming into us. We want the right people to see us. We want our best clients to constantly be inside of our network following us. Okay. We don't want the blamers. We don't want the lazy people. We don't want the people who play victim, who fucking complain and whine and bullshit around. We don't want those people to come in and follow us. Okay. We want people who are ready to get the fucking work, who know how to put in the work. They just don't have the plan. They don't have the framework. And that's where you come in. So you want to push away, repel the bullshit, and attract the good shit. Okay. So call out avatar number one, qualifiers and pain number two. Okay. So number three is going to be the desire. So we're going to talk the desire. If this sounds like you and you're ready to finally get a physique that turns heads and show off what you've been working so hard for, follow my page right now and check out my content where I'll show you how I've helped 300 plus other business owners who felt the same exact way succeed with my unique mechanism. Now, that's not what you say, but your unique mechanism is your unique mechanism, right? For example, my unique mechanism in my fitness coaching business is reverse dieting and tracking macros. And so this is something that we will talk about in future podcasts, is this high level marketing, because these are things that most coaches don't know how to talk about. They don't learn these things, right? Yes, we know about our avatar, but we really don't know how to position ourselves as a new opportunity. Okay. That's how we basically get people excited, because we don't want to just be an improvement offer. We don't want to continue to just like say, hey, we're a better version of this. We want a new opportunity, something they haven't tried. There's a reason why keto, there's a reason why these diets are so popular. It's because it's a new opportunity. Okay. So I want you to understand that. So call out avatar, qualifiers and pain, and then desire. Okay. Now, number four, you're going to tie this into a case study. Now, I recommend 1 to 2. So you can do 3 if you really want to pound it in their heads, but you only have a minute and a half. So case study. It's how I helped Carly lose 30 plus pounds and feel amazing in her own skin, or feel the best that she's ever felt. And then what I'll do is like put a photo of a text or a win in the Slack channel that she posted saying, hey, this is the best I've ever felt in my body. So I'll put that up on the ad. And this is how I helped JC finally get a 6-pack, right? And then you put up a photo of him in a 6-pack. And this is also how I helped Sarah gain enough confidence to approach her dream man. And now she's married to him, right? And then you just put photos up. So the case studies are also going to do a combination of things. One, basically, it's going to confirm that they can do this. It's going to like crush those beliefs that, hey, other people are doing it. They're just like me. They're business owners. Now, sometimes the case studies that you put up, they don't actually have to be business owners. Like, let's not, I'm not going to bullshit you, right? Like, that's the thing, is like, you can just say they're business owners. Like, it's advertisement. It's okay. Like, if you're using it for good, like, don't feel guilty. Okay. So Case studies. All right. Now, you have to be careful in your ad. You cannot do before and afters. So you have to tell your editor. Now, listen, guys, you don't need to be a high-tech editor. Go on Fiverr, spend $30. Pay someone $30 to edit your ad. Okay. Super simple. Takes 3 days. They'll get it back to you. It'll look really good. That's all you got to do. Okay. And then the last thing is a call to action. Okay. So we have call out to avatar, qualifiers and pain, the desire, the case study, crush their beliefs. I skipped crush their beliefs. So case study and then crush their beliefs. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is part 5. Okay. So every single person that's going to come into your network has false beliefs, right? Internal, external reasons why they can't do it and reasons why it won't work for them, like some external source, like their genetics or like the food that's around them, or they live only around fast food, stuff like that. So how can we crush these beliefs super quickly in this ad? And so this is what I think would be best. And the best part, you won't have to give up a single thing you love, and it'll only take you 5 minutes a day, right? And so this is a really common one. So, you can put this, you can change that belief. I think that's still a really good one because people don't understand that they can eat whatever they want and lose weight, right? So we're going to crush their beliefs, internal, and then their external. Their internal belief, right, is, it won't work for me because I just love food too much. And so you could also put, and the best part, you don't have to be insanely disciplined, right? Because most people think that, hey, I'm just not disciplined enough. So you crush that internal belief so they have no other objection, right? Now, external belief is, I don't have time. My job's too busy. This thing is affecting me. And so you say, listen, it's only going to take you 5 minutes a day, right? And then you provide resources inside of your program that is a part of your offer, right? So it's a resource, how to meal prep in 5 minutes. And you get the point, right? So now, call to action. So if you're ready to become the best looking person in any room and finally feel confident with your shirt off at the beach, follow my page and I'll show you exactly how I can make that happen. Okay. So last thing to wrap it all up is your tonality matters. You don't want to sound like a robot. You want to actually sound like you care, passionate. You can put on a personality if you want. Make it interesting. Make it something people have to look at it. They have to listen. So you have to figure out what your voice is, what's your, how to be an attractive character, finding your voice. That's super important. Okay. So, all in all, guys, this is the framework. This is how, listen, my client Bella, this is how she had a 6K day, right? 2 PIFs, 6K day from her one winning ad. Okay. This stuff works. 6K, my client Rachel, she had a $9,000 day. Now listen, is this every single day? No, but $6,000 and $9,000 days were those are their 1 or 2 month incomes before having an ad, right? It's literally impossible to not succeed if you have the proper framework. Okay. Follow the framework. Have a really good program. If you suck at coaching, you're not going to succeed. If you suck at, listen, I'm not going to say that you need to be good on camera, but you can run ads that don't involve you speaking. So you don't even have to be good in front of the camera. Okay. You just have to be good at understanding marketing and running ads. Okay. So I don't want to get too in the weeds there, but that wraps it up, guys. That's going to be this podcast. That's going to be how to script your winning ad. It's a really good guideline. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to just play around with what works best. What gives you best? You can run one ad for a month and see, okay, this one worked really well. Let me test another one. Okay. See which one works better. And then you can kind of split test those and give yourself leverage inside of your business. Okay. So, it doesn't need to be complicated, guys. You just need these 6 components to resonate with your audience and convert them into paying customers. Okay. These people need you. It is your duty to help as many people as you can. You are doing people a disservice if you are not helping as many people as you can. And that's how you have to shift your belief. Okay. You are doing yourself a disservice if you are not helping as many people as you possibly fucking can. Right? That'll get you running an ad really quick. And on top of that, right? More impact equals more income. Impact over income. But once the impact comes, the income comes as well. Okay. So the next episode, all right, the next episode that I do really, really, really want to talk about is implementing a setter inside of your DMs. Okay. That's the next one I want to talk about, because I'll tell you a little, like, a part of my discovery was that it wasn't just the winning ad. The ad got me the traction. And then the setter is the reason. The setter is one of the driving forces that got me to that first month of 30,000, the very first month, because I had a bunch of people coming in for my ad and I was getting ghosted. I didn't have the right framework, but then a trained setter booked my calendar full and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. So I'm going to go over kind of how that really impacts your business and some of the limiting beliefs that I had before getting an appointment setter, because it was really hard for me to release control. Okay. It was hard for me to let somebody take that over because I want, I feel like I'm the best at everything in my business and you want control over everything. But at the end of the day, we're business owners. We have to focus on what actually grows the business. And if someone else is booking calls for you, don't worry about that, especially if they're doing better than you and they're booking more calls than you. Okay. Because we just got to get them on the call. So, like I said, if you've gotten to this part of the podcast and you want to script out your ad and the first 5 to 10 people to do that, I will take a look at it, approve it, and give you guys some direction on how to, like, where to go with it. Okay. So this is the 7-figure ad script. This is the framework that's made myself and hundreds of other coaches 6-7 figures inside of their business. Okay. So don't forget, remember this, you are one ad away from changing your life. See ya.